Welcome back to the Diary Room. Woo! BB27. My favorite number. We've made it, even though it's only been 2 years. We are here. My name is Chris, and my lovely co-host.
I am Emol.
Hi, Emol. We're back.
We're so back.
We're so back. This is my favorite number season.
I don't
This
know if
is
I knew
we
that.
finally made it. Yeah, because I was born on the 27th of August.
Oh, I'm gonna
So
remember this forever now.
27. This is my season. We're shaping up to be a great season. I'm really hoping that there's already a lot to dive into to begin with. The first glaring issue, well, not really a glaring issue. Um, we don't have a cast list.
Womp. Womp
Womp.
womp.
But they were so I was doing a little research. The cast list is only released as of the past 3 years. It's only been released either 2 days or the day before the season airs. So, for everybody up in arms about why is there no cast list? Where are my BB brethren? It's been 3 years, and it's been the same thing for the past 3 years. So we're not going to get to see the cast list until at least next Tuesday, it seems, because that's the 8th, right? Is Tuesday? Tuesday's the 8th?
Ugh, I don't
I
know
believe
dates.
so. Because the 7th
Yeah, that's
is
Tuesday.
Sunday. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no, the 7th is Monday.
Yes.
N
Eighth
no.
is eighth is Tuesday.
Days are hard.
Days are
Either way,
hard.
beginning of the week next week, we're not going to see it till at least either Monday or Tuesday, either one, maybe even Wednesday.
Who
Um,
knows?
who knows? But we do have quite a bit to dive into to begin with.
But I do want to mention that this is according to date of recording. For who knows if maybe they'll switch up on us because we do have to expect the unexpected. However, if it's been pretty consistent, y'all are just impatient. That's what's happening. And I am one of y'all and I am impatient and I really wanted to do the draft for our first episode, but here we are, but we make do.
It's gonna have to wait.
It's gonna wait just a little bit. You'll have to stay tuned.
It's gonna have to wait.
But we have some other things that we could talk about.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about. There's enough of a difference in the house this year. We
Ooh.
did get a house reveal. Um, looks, I mean, I want to say it's the most different looking house that there has ever been because like usually it's just kind of like a background character, but I don't know, it just feels like there's like a different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just you know what I mean? Like it feels like there's more. They're trying to do more with like the actual house itself
Oh yeah.
this year. Like they've been doing that for the past couple years, I guess. Because
Well,
like last year it was like the whole AI thing or whatever. But like, what the
like
heck is a hotel mystery?
so yeah, like in the last couple of seasons, they kind of take the same shape of the house and they just kind of alter it a little bit. Like in my opinion, there
Yeah.
hasn't been something that has been as drastic as what we are seeing for this season. And last year, because it was the AI theme, I think it, from what I like remember of obviously like Ainsley's tank, like in the living room, it was just very bright and kind of cold, and like that was the vibe of the season, sure. Um, they really went all out this season. Like when I first saw it, the Hotel Mystère theme on like Instagram. I opened up my phone. I'm like, oh my god! I was with my mom, who's also a big Brother fan. She's like, oh my god! And I got like I was on my phone. I got like a bigger monitor because I needed to see it like blown up. I'm like, this is incredible. There's so much happening. Um, And I feel like they actually changed, like there's more balcony, there's twists and turns that we don't even know about. And I feel like the last notable change was like the backyard when they added the second floor. When was that? BB like 22, like during the COVID season, where I think it's just because they wanted
I
special
think
guests
so.
to like not touch anybody. And I'm like, oh cool, like I'm glad that they kept that because we had like people crying up there and we had a lot of whispering up there and whatever, which I want more of. So they kept it, but there's so much more with this house. And I look at it, my jaw drops. I text Chris. I'm like, Chris, look at it. And you're
Look
like,
at the
oh,
house. I was already on it,
yeah.
actually. I had literally just finished like I think I was actually like in the middle of scrolling through it because I was just on Instagram and
Hmm.
like I was still taking it all in for myself. I was gonna text you afterwards, but I already knew like we're on the same wavelength to begin with.
For
But
real.
I was on it. I was on it and I'm super excited. I haven't looked at all of these images yet. But there's a whole lot to get into.
Looking to a lot. Yeah, we're gonna be scrolling through the Entertainment Weekly article, which is the first article that I found that had a lot more images than what was simply on Instagram. And I didn't even look at, I was so excited at first. I'm like, there's no more images out there, and then I found so much more. Something that we will get to later, the like subtitle of the article is there will also be a mystery house guest along with a masked visitor and secret accomplice on the season premiere. Ooh.
That's too many twists,
There's a lot going
man.
on,
There's too many things going on, man.
and we'll dive into that later, but
Ugh.
it makes a lot of sense when you see what this house looks like. So, we're gonna open with this lovely picture of Julie Chen Moonves, who's standing in the living room,
Truly,
just kind of like presenting what's going on.
I
Here, right.
do.
If you're watching our video, you're seeing me like, ooh, make it bigger. So the first image, we'll describe it for our listeners, is when you first walk into the house, you are met with this reception desk thing with all these like keys in the background, which was like I think
Ugh.
the first thing that they were teasing of like what the this season is about. And there's just a ton of keys that I'm sure all the house guests will count and memorize the shapes of as the season goes
The
on.
shapes too.
The shapes of the
That's
keys.
why I would be terrible at Big Brother.
There's too much.
Literally. Like, why do people, I don't understand how they do it. It's crazy.
The only thing I could think of is like they don't have anything else to distract them with.
Well, that's true. They actually do have like nothing else.
We've got nothing but to count keys.
I'm trying to like zoom into this thing and I just see Julie's like reflection facing the opposite way.
All right.
I don't know. She's so iconic. I love her.
Icon. Here, wait. I'll make it bigger. So it's a reception desk for it says reception at the top.
Thank God.
I'm so glad we know it. It well oh wait, if I
Is it
scroll
actually like a desk? It's not a, no, there's like a thing behind it. It's not a desk.
it doesn't seem
It doesn't have
like a
like a
desk, but there's a little
it's got
like
like a board, a divot.
the
Yeah.
thing though is obviously so there's mirrors right at this desk. But the mirrors
Mhm.
aren't mirrors because that's just where the camera crew is. Maybe someone could go back there through a screen and like appear because it's really just a one-way mirror.
Maybe somebody can go under like that, but maybe that board is like hollow, like behind.
That's what I was thinking, but I can't tell how deep it is. Like, can a person fit there?
I think probably crouched for a little bit. Like I would think that they might have if they had like a if those glass panels are like double-sided windows or whatever they're called, I would assume that they might have like a little crawl, they could have like a little crawl space and then that board can either be lifted up or
Hmm.
pulled back or whatever. and to reveal whoever's under it. I feel
Maybe.
like maybe they'll get some. That's definitely something that they would play with. It seems very Big Brother.
I also want to mention, like, obviously, Chris and I both looked through a number of photos that I need to like bring up my very first reaction. I don't watch The Traitors. But the very first thing I said was, "This looks exactly how I imagined The Traitors to be." Are you familiar with The Traitors?
Your mom told me to watch it actually.
And yet we haven't,
When we were
unfortunately.
speaking, she was like, "Have you watched The Traitors?" And I was
hmm
like, "Girl, I don't have time for other TV shows besides Big Brother, but I will most definitely keep that in mind." But like, I mean, by the sound of the show, yeah,
hmm
I'm gonna go off on a limb with zero thing to stand on.
It's exactly how I would imagine that to be in
Yeah,
this, which I think The Traitors sounds pretty popular. I unfortunately don't even watch a lot of TV. Like Big Brother's like
me
the
too.
show for me.
Yup.
Like scripted, non-scripted, whatever it is, like the show is Big Brother. But that's because, it's also it makes up for the rest of the year because it's 3 nights a week, maybe four. We'll get to that later. But it's a huge commitment. But I think this upcoming. Oh no, wait. Am I? Who's on the Traders now? I don't know who's on the next
Bunch of
Traders.
Big
They
Brother
always got
brethren.
they always got Big Brother brethren on
I'm
the
gonna
Traders.
bring
But
it back.
it's
Is
one
this
of
the
those.
second? How many seasons have they done?
How many seasons? You're
Bunch
right. Oh no, guys! I can't spell. Uh oh, are they up to the fourth season?
Interesting. I guess
Oh,
the
Cerie's gonna
three.
was she on or is she going to be
That's
on?
probably what's the one that's on right now. Oh, so
Oh,
season
this is
four
the
is about to
one
drop.
where I believe
Is that
it's
Derek?
I think
Is that Derek in the bottom left? I'm
that's
zooming in.
Derek. I can't look at the whole thing because I'm not logged into my Facebook page, but I think it is
They really
would
do
it be
have a
on
lot of
this
Big Brother
year?
people on there. Dang.
Or or who are you
Ektar.
people? This is not getting in. You know what? You know what? Anyway, I think
There's a lot of Big Brothers on the traders, and this is trader vibes. This is how we think trader would be vibes wise.
because it's kind of like murder mystery-esque kind of vibe, and that's exactly what we're getting here. Um,
Like who done it? You remember who done it?
I
You ever
do
watch?
know
Did you ever watch that show?
I have not,
You never watched it? We watched it for like
alas.
one season as a family. It was pretty fire, I can't lie. And I think they canceled it, but this is giving who done it vibes.
To clarify too, Ian Terry is definitely on the Traders and Tiffany Mitchell, like from the Cookout Tiffany. And Ian of
I thought
Ian fame. And that did that's all I
I thought I
see on
saw
this
X
one
on there
post.
too. Like Xavier X, not I don't remember who Derek, which one was Derek X, and there was another one too. Too many, too many names.
Cause then there was Derek and there was Big D and then there was X.
Yeah, letters and
Alas,
names. I'm
letters and
so
names.
bad at remembering who was from what season and who was who.
And that's the only problem
Moral
with
of the
us on this
story.
show. That's why we take notes.
It's okay. We have paper and technology.
But right now we have house.
Just the image of a house.
To continue on the house, we needed to backtrack a little bit because if you're a fan of the Traders, you know more than I do. But I hope that the Traders looks like this house. But so so we're looking at this first image. Again, we're kind of in the doorway. We're looking at the keys that were originally like the promo pictures like in the background of Julie. And we're getting a hint of the living room too, which I hope they have. Ooh, next we got a really close look to little like the feather pens
Pins, yeah.
at the front desk with a book that says Hotel Mystère, which is just I guess the name of the theme itself is just it's gotta be murder mystery. It
It's
takes
gotta
place in a
be.
hotel. That's what we've got going on. But
Ah,
but I'm curious to know what's in this book and why there are pens next to it because I didn't realize that before. Is it just a
I've thought,
prop?
are those? Yeah, they might just be props, but
It could be.
well, I can't tell if there's like ink or anything in there. It's hard to tell. Maybe, perhaps, and be
Perhaps.
writing with their quills,
And then
but
I wonder what that means. Do you sign it when you
yes,
leave the house? Do
the
you,
pact.
like,
Once you
oh,
enter, you can never leave.
the seasons where, oh, I can't remember the specific example, but I think it was kind of like the app season where, like, they bring you into a room and you decide if you use your power or not. Like,
I
that kind
remember
of,
that.
right? Like,
Was that two
something,
years ago?
well, the apps was a couple more seasons ago, but I don't know
Yeah.
if that if I'm thinking of the apps or because I know there was another one where they're all like, "Oh, you got to be the one to say that you're doing this." Whatever, it was upstairs. That's all I remember
Yeah.
when they started
Whole lot
like
of upstairs shenaniganery.
doing the room like next to the HOH room. Um which it's so funny again that I have like such a blurred memory of like I remember when there was only one room upstairs. And when that lounge that they have upstairs too was just a little lounge and not like a whole second floor. Like they have expanded the upstairs so much. But we're downstairs right now. I'm getting ahead of myself.
So many
When
downstairs.
I see this like guest book at the front, my first thought is like this is something. And watch it just be a useless prop. It just sits
It
there.
could be a useless prop, but we'll never know. I feel like they're throwing all these images at us for a purpose. They
Exactly.
want to misdirect. They want to make people think that things are going to be crazy because things are going to be crazy. I mean, they
Mm.
literally just came out the gate saying they're going to have a special house guest and whatever the other two things you said were, I kind of forget.
Insert
All at the top.
mystery, mass visitor, and
Masked
secret
visitor.
accomplice.
That's three different people. Three
Nope.
different people.
We'll get into that later. We will, because I've
We'll
heard
get into
things
that
and
later.
I want things to happen, but we move on to I guess we're
We
moving
move
away from the
into the
living
kitchen.
room into the kitchen. Um, very wide view of kitchen. It is very blue, which I love.
It looks very similar to past years though. This is like
Yeah.
probably the one area that changed like the least, at least at first glance.
Mm-hmm.
Like the table looks the same and they
Yeah.
still have like the island over on the right side. And
I guess like just the island itself is like it's just like a little table.
oh
Now
wait, you're right.
like
That's the different angle. Yeah, it
mhm.
doesn't go like didn't have a second corner.
Oh, it's like the
Oh wait, it's
table.
inverted.
This is
That's
weird.
what that is weird.
So
Never mind. I
my
take back what I said.
my favorite kind of layouts with the kitchen are when they have like an island for the kitchen that they had one I want to say whenever like Rockstar was on. I don't know why she's
Hmm.
the one I remember, but I think it was like they have an island that is disconnected from the kitchen and it's long and it gives people the chance to like sit on either side.
Mm,
I don't like this, where basically if you're listening
yeah.
in, it's like like the long countertop where they have like the sink and everything, and then it just kind of the whole thing is just like a U shape. It seems so closed off. They have their
Yeah.
island isn't really an island. It is straight up connected.
It's just a plank.
It's just a blank. Um, Where I guess you could still have people sitting on the outside, like looking into the kitchen, so they could still have discussions.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind
I'm
of, I don't know. All I know is like if I was there, I'd leave the sink running while I'm whispering to somebody over the over the counter. They can never hear it. But what's also kind of interesting about this angle too is again we're talking about them expanding the upstairs. I feel like
the stairs.
we've never
They're so
seen. What about the stairs?
they're so like elongated.
It's
Why does it go over the door?
they keep doing this.
What's in the corner? They haven't show I don't think they show that corner.
The corner, which
That's
corner?
oh, that is is that the bathroom? Yeah, that is the bathroom. I'm
Over
stupid.
here. Yeah, down there, which I just
Down
remember
that
they had
hallway,
like down the hall, yeah, is the bathroom, but
that's the bathroom.
this
You're right.
corner, I just remember in the game where they have to hide things. Didn't Mackenzie last season like hide
But
something in
yeah,
like the
in the
giant
plant.
plant?
Uh-huh. They
It
got
was like
another
right
giant,
there.
they got a lot of plant vases this year.
A lot of plants going on, but yeah, they kept these
Hiding Golito.
they kept the weird stairs. Angela's platform is preserved by the steps. But it's weird because they used to have the spiral staircase. And I think it's a little obvious why, because it saves so much space. Maybe they decided it was uh they shouldn't have that. I don't know, but now you're right. They have these elongated stairs. That's like a flight and
Goes
then
over the back door.
it goes over where I guess they just enter through the right side. Like it will
Yeah,
just
left
slide.
side's closed, man.
But what is the point of like they have it looks so strange. I don't know. I
And it's also
almost
like the bars are like covering like a good like 20% of the door.
it it's obvious to me that the door is something they can't change or they refuse to change and they just kind of plop something
Oh,
over
I'm
it.
sure.
Which we all know to be true because the doors look exactly the same. I
Why
think it
couldn't they just make the supports straight?
I think it would have been like cute if they just did something with the theme. I know they have to black it out because when they redo the backyard, like for comps and whatever, they don't want them to see it, but that could easily be done with like any like a curtain, like anything at all.
I don't know.
But
It
it looks out of
perhaps.
place here. But what I didn't notice before is the tile.
Oh, it's like mossy.
It's all
Is that
mossy.
is that actual moss or I guess we'll find
Um,
out. Someone's probably gonna touch it immediately because like
oh my God. If I was in the house, I'd be like touching
I just be
everything.
t I just be touching stuff. It's so many plants, so much
I
greenery
want
in
to
this
know what it
area.
feels like. I would be the weirdo that's like
It
crouching
looks
down
like
touching the
real
ground.
moss.
I can't tell. It's either real
It looks
moss
very real.
or maybe it's like paint.
Oh, it could be like fake. They have like fake moss that exists.
But I think it's cute because especially with the balcony, it gives off kind of the vibe that you're outside, but indoors. I mean they have like that skyline going on up there, which by the way, like I haven't seen the ceiling in like ages. Like I see just like throughout the off season, I never stop talking about the show. So I'm like looking up like behind the scenes, whatever, and it's just like in the earlier seasons, and by earlier, I don't even think I mean like like within the last 10 years, this still like the ceiling just looked like production. Like it's just like a stage
Yeah,
with like equipment and lights and cameras and all this stuff. And now we're looking at this angle where it's like, oh, we got little what
it
are
still
those?
looks
Like
pretty production equipment and light,
but
basic fluorescent lighting, but they got little twinkly lights
they got little
scattered
twinkly
around
lights.
now.
I think they're like the little light bulb ones. Like I have those in my backyard, but I feel like it's still you're still in a warehouse, but I think it used to look a little bit more crazy, and now it's just like flat wall. Yes, there are obnoxious lights up there, but they try to fix it with the little fairy
Yeah.
lights.
I enjoy it. I think it's a nice touch.
Um, and I like the lighting, the little like
Yeah.
outdoor like lamps going on. But now we're yapping about the kitchen oh so much.
We're gonna talk, go to the bathroom for my guy. Oh, there's two of them.
You
Oh
wanna
yeah.
you wanna take it away?
This is my favorite room because they just got a couple, just some monkeys just hanging from the vines, and I mess with them. Those are my guys.
We
Love
got
you, bros. And I love how
uh
they're just like hanging over the sink. Like somebody could easily like just, especially the one on the right. Oh, they got close up of him.
we got a
Like, look
close
at
up
him.
of the bathroom
He's
monkeys.
just chilling. And they have lights. That's the light. They're providing you with light. They're the reason why the bathroom is illuminated.
There are no freaky lights on the ceiling. It is just these little guys. Um,
I think the lights are like in the plants or something like
yeah, well,
that. I
there's some
can't tell, but
bars
it looks like
there.
there's, yeah, a whole bunch of
Um,
light-ins. I
so
like the couch too.
what I kind of miss about older bathrooms, and I think I just need to take myself out of this conversation too. It's so funny that we're just like, the bathroom structure and I don't like this kitchen island
We
and stuff.
become architects, man. The architecture, like it just the life just like it enters you once you watch like Big Brother and comment on the house. We become architects.
We are
It's
interior designers and we are
armchair
criticizing
architects.
every move. But we're not criticizing the monkeys. But what I don't like is that this bathroom has a door to the front of it. And they did
You
this
don't
last
like the
year.
door?
I
Why?
don't
I
like the
like the
door.
door. I like the door. I like the bathroom door. It was really funny, especially with what Angela was doing, because it just made her look so dumb. Like when she would just put her ear against it and just listen to people
Well,
talking in the bathroom.
okay, there's that. You there
There's a
and
lot of funnies that can arise from it, I think.
okay. There also
But there
wouldn't
are
be
negatives. I'm not going to disagree with you entirely.
yeah. I'm pretty sure that like to me iconic clip of last season of BB26 when Leah was like smiling after Matt got evicted and then she closes the door and she sobs. I'm pretty sure it's this door. And I think that was kind of hilarious. Love Leah. But I loved when the whole hallway was open and people just yelled in that hallway. It's like, no, I'm leaving. I'm going to the other room. And then they just like follow and there's no obstacle. And they just follow right into
I
the other room.
agree. There's been some great fights over
Ugh.
there. That was when they first they like the other side of the house got like mad at the cookout and they had their fight in that hallway, I believe. That
Hmm.
was a very iconic moment. I remember that distinctly.
And now we're closing off the hallway arguments and the hallway exposing of alliances by adding this door. Whatever.
No,
Whatever.
exactly.
Also,
They should.
I'm looking at those sinks. I don't know why. I feel like they usually have long sink.
You don't like the monkey
I
sinks?
do love the monkeys though. I love the little guys. I want like a really fun character, and by character I mean house guest, where like let's name these monkeys. Like if Quinn was
Someone's gonna
back
do
in
it.
here,
Someone's
Quinn
gonna do it.
Quinn would
Someone's
be
gonna do it.
befriending the monkeys. We're gonna need some freak to name these monkeys and befriend them. And all the
And then
creatures.
speak to them when they get sad. Big Brother stuff, the huge, of
Exactly.
course.
But this bathroom is very cute. I love the plant vibe. I hope none of the plants are real. I don't think they are because even wasn't last season the one with the goldfish and they were like, "Oh, they're killing the goldfish because they're not feeding them."
Really? I didn't actually know about that.
I don't remember exactly, but like if they need to take care of plants, I don't trust these house guests.
Yeah.
It's
No.
crazy to me that we still have big couch in a bathroom. They must have great ventilation because if I put a couch in my bathroom, any of like my dorm's bathrooms, it would just be wet couch from the
I'm
showering
sure it's really
condensation.
cold in the house at all
Probably.
times
So,
because it's in California and
yeah,
it's in the middle of the summer, and most of the time, like the AC on is on at all times. I'm 1000% willing to bet that.
I bet
So
the
I'm
couch
sure
is
that the
still
couch is,
fine.
yeah,
I bet it's completely fine, but I can't stop
yeah.
thinking about its proximity to the shower.
Also, did it get bigger? Has it gotten, it's been like slowly getting a lot bigger,
Yeah,
like every season.
I think so because every season there are a decent
People
amount
just
of
hanging out
moments.
in the bathroom.
Exactly. Which like does make sense when you have like these little chairs, kind of like a vanity section. Like if people are doing their makeup and whatever and they just want to yap, you can. But it's funny, it's like so inviting to like, oh, let's just chill out in the bathroom. And you know what?
Yeah.
I would. Like even without a giant couch, like when I dormed on campus, like my roommates and I would just end up talking near the bathroom, like by the sink and whatever. And like my roommates would sit on the ground. If only we had a giant couch, then we would have been settled. And that would have been it.
Giant couch. We need it.
Giant couch. And then we
Give it
go
to me.
back to to the close up
Monkey.
of the monkey holding the light. Yeah, we gotta name these guys.
We
We
have
gotta
to
name them.
name
And the next picture we
them.
have
If nobody names them in the house, then we're naming them.
what
Just
we
wanted to let you know.
yeah, I
If
think
nobody in the house names them, then they're gonna have names from us.
this is completely valid. We'll work on that.
Now we got some bunk beds.
We've got bunk
Oh my
beds.
God.
We've got bunk beds. I believe, based on some videos I've watched, it sounds like they haven't had bunk beds since season one.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, now that I think about it,
I have never seen bunk beds.
I don't think they have ever had bunk beds.
And I started watching, I want to say around season 12, 13, but I started actually paying attention in like season 16. I don't remember bunk beds. And I guess that would make sense. If it was season one, that was before both of us were alive too. So,
Yeah.
we have bunk beds. I saw this, I was shook.
I like the designs.
It's
But
cute.
I feel like somebody who's taller might probably have a tough time in there.
This would be perfect for
Wait, I
me.
think the middle ones are a little bigger? I can't tell.
I can't tell how deep they are, but then like I wouldn't want to be sleeping with like my head up against the wall and my feet over
Yeah,
it. But
someone
again,
like
like
uh,
I'm 5'1". I'd be so fine. I'm totally okay up there. I would have to take one
yeah,
for the team and be up there. But no, if you're taller, I can't imagine that this photo we can't get an accurate understanding of how big these things are, but they do not look very
until we
long. Like they look like they're built for Rubina and myself.
yeah. I feel
And
was
anyone
that it?
taller would not be okay. Oh.
No, maybe they're supposed to lay well no, because the cover, it's got like whatever, the comforter ends on the right side, and then the sheet,
Ooh.
you know what I mean? Like
In
if you go back to the last picture, the comforter ends on the right side of each of the beds. So
mhm.
I was gonna say, I think it might be intended to lay like the opposite way,
Yeah.
like from with your head against like the striped part, but no. They're literally just that small.
Are you also then what's funny about this too is then you're supposed to put your head where the ladder is right now. Like the ladder obviously could be
That
moved,
too.
but like it'll be moved, but right now it indicates
Well, there's
that
multiple.
oh wait. Yeah, there's multiple. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah. Your
So they're
head would
just gonna
just be
have to
there.
like put it in the middle or something, I guess.
That's so
Where's the other lat? I guess it's probably on the other side, I guess. Probably.
yeah. I
Most
don't
likely.
understand where this is.
Um, let's do a little analysis. So the next room that they show is upstairs, okay? I would think that this might be the flower room, perhaps,
That's
perchance.
yeah.
How many
Okay.
downstairs bedrooms are there?
So
Or
when
it's that one in like the corner.
I love this part because I was talking to my family about this too. I'm like, you know, when you're in the Big Brother house and you stand in the door and they're like, no. I'm like, oh yeah. So hypothetically, if you were there, but when yeah, you're kind of like towards the diary room and there's the hallway of bedrooms.
Yeah,
You go down there to the left is the bedroom with no door. It's just like the open room. And then in front of you was
that's not this one
last
though.
season's where the flower one was.
That was the very large one.
And then to the right was the one that has like kind of a bed in like a nook.
I think that's what this one is. That's what I was
Okay.
trying to say. I don't think it's the flower room because I mean, especially looking at like the floor, like it's very elongated and not very
Yeah.
wide, unless that is a really big bunk bed that just takes up a lot of space.
Well, actually, like looking, so there's a new
It
angle.
could,
We're looking at multiple
yeah,
angles. And this could be just a really long thing.
yeah.
I
There's
love
there's that.
overanalyzing these beds because I feel like on this angle, that could actually be a very long bed. That
Yeah,
I want to lay on it.
that was what I was thinking. Good
These
thing that
chairs,
we would not have to worry about hitting our heads.
good thing we're totally fine. I also could sleep curled up into a ball. It'd be fine. These, there's like chairs in here though. They kind of look like little lounge chairs, like not for
Why so
lounging. They're so
demure?
they're so tiny. Who can fit on that chair? Who is sitting on that chair? It's like just this small thing in front of like a little coffee table, but
Like
I
a
guess
table for
tea
two.
table for two. They have little teacups and macaroons. But the other thing is like these are for sitting in like a train station, like old timey. Like this brings me back to times that I didn't exist. But like I feel like that's for sitting on a chair for 15 minutes while you're waiting for your room in a hotel. This is not for sitting and talking to house guests. Also, the comfortability for me is based on if I could sit crisscross on it, and you cannot sit crisscross on this chair.
Also, the bunk beds are closed off. Like people would sit on like the big bed in the flower room,
Mm-hmm.
like all together and like have like alliance meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do here?
The only thing
They're pods. They're literally pods. They're gonna be crammed in one or two,
I would
but then you can't see the
literally,
people below you and
I would be on the top
um
bunk upside down,
yeah.
like
I was
talking to
just
the
about to
person
say like
below,
are
like
they
the
gonna like
monkeys, like the bathroom
maybe that's
monkeys,
why they got monkeys in the
to
bathroom.
inspire them.
It's all coming together.
Because at first, too, I thought the little curtains on the side you'd be able to close, but I don't think you can because of just the shape of the bed. But maybe there's like a little like rod up there and you can close it, but I feel like that's weird because
Yeah, even if there is
wait,
the actual like pods themselves are walled off.
there are cameras
Camera in your
in
face.
in your face in each.
Camera in your face.
So
I did not see that.
for those
It's
listening,
in all of them. They all have them.
for those listening and not
Every
looking,
single one of them has a camera directly on top of your face.
because I'm thinking there's these curtains, and my first thought is, okay, you could shut them, and maybe you could talk to each other, you could read each other's
There's no
lips, you could
privacy in
whatever.
this house.
But there's no privacy. So I'm like, are there going to be cameras in each individual one? And then I saw something, a little black speck in the
Camera
distance.
in your
And
face.
in the other photo, there is clearly a camera and a mic
Oh,
in
thank
each of
God.
these individual bunk beds. By the way, there are six of these, so it's like three pairs. If you're talking to the person below you, you gotta like flip upside down and talk to them. I don't even know how tall these are, if you could like sit in it with multiple people. Honestly, I would love it in here. I feel like it looks so cozy. But camera in your face is crazy. Though there's always cameras in your face, I feel
That's
like it's
true.
so obvious.
It's so obvious here, yeah.
I think like at some point when you're in the house, not having been in the house, huge assumption that you kind of just get used to stuff like that where a lot of the cameras are there. Like at the radio station, we have a camera in the studio. We have one in the hallway. It's just for security
Yeah.
purposes. And sometimes we remember, we wave to them, hello engineers. Or we just kind of get used to it being there in the same way that they kind of look like they have like security cameras around the house. There is nothing that screams more "we are watching you" than this particular camera staring at you going to sleep. And I love the little microphones that are hanging from there too. And all it's
Did they
gonna
even try?
do,
They could have definitely hidden these too. There's no way they didn't. Like, I mean, I guess the mic is like really tiny, but like you couldn't have just like put the camera in the wall or something. Maybe add like a little panel. I
like, give
guess
us
since it,
something. But yeah, like, I mean, you're being watched 24/7. That's the whole point of the show, sure. But it's just kind of screaming at you like we are staring at you. You can't do nothing up there. There's a camera. That's crazy.
that would drive me insane.
But again, looking, and before we move to the next room, the ceiling of this room is wooden. It gives more of the idea that you're in some kind of house, or in this case, you're in a hotel rather than just some parking lot that you're living on. So I kind of like that too, that maybe it gives a better illusion of you're in some like honestly, it is
This
very
entire
hotel
house has
vibes.
been that way though.
And I'm
I'm
glad.
very for it.
I love it. These chairs though,
I love
very
it.
small. I would not fit. I could not sit crisscross. Now we move on to another.
Upstairs.
Is this upstairs?
Yes. The third picture, you can see the balcony. If you go to the next one.
Oh, we are upstairs. So this is again where I talk so highly about how I'm so excited
Where is
that they're
this?
doing
By the
stuff
way,
upstairs.
where is this? Is this a new area?
That's I think this is a new area unlocked. This is
I know that they
upstairs.
had like the little encyclopedia area in the corner behind like the HOH or on like if you walked past
Yeah.
like the HOH room and the secret room.
You're right, I'm going backwards.
But there what besides that,
Hmm.
it's because I mean later on there's the top room where they kind of expanded with all like the bungee cords and stuff on.
No, wait, I'm
That's
getting it.
we're
Is it
going
further
ahead.
down?
Yeah, it is further down. It's that one.
Okay,
That's
wait.
like
Whew.
that's the cutout room that we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is new, I would guess, to
I
be
think this
honest.
space is new, and yeah, oh my God, it has to be upstairs because the ceiling's right there. So,
Yeah.
so we are looking at possibly, most likely, new space upstairs. Again, upstairs used to just be the HOH room and like a little, like a couple chairs, but there's always chess or checkers or whatever they've got going on up there. But this is chess, right? Yeah,
Yes.
look at the
Yeah.
guys. Look at the guys.
They got so
So
many guys.
this this gives me Umbrella Academy. This gives
I
me
never watched it.
what?
My sister and my mom
What?
watched it, and then they like watched season two, and they were like, "Oh, I kind of hate this now." And I was
Season
like,
two was is arguably
"What
just
or
as good
whatever."
as
The
one.
was it the third one that got all multiversal and stuff?
So ironically, The third one,
Whatever
in
the
my
one.
opinion, is my least favorite, and it just takes place in a hotel. But I think it's because of the pandemic, because it probably limited them a lot. But
Yeah.
but
Okay.
the reason I bring it up is because just the they live in a house in like in the mostly this is just in like the first season where they just have like a lot of paintings on the wall and a lot of like pictures and stuff like that. This gives me that. It gives
Yeah.
me, you know, like Victorian maximalist, how I want to decorate my house one day, but probably in black. But this is very green, very blue, so there's a lot of that in the house. Large couch. They've got chess going on. Paintings that they will probably memorize. Again, they're gonna memorize who's up there. What kind of animal heads there are, because there's like paintings with like people
Random people
body,
and
goat head, stuff like that. Um, but scrolling to the next picture, there's like a bar area,
bar.
which is interesting. I am to assume that all these liquids are just water and food
It
dye.
just looks, yeah, it looks like a bunch of elixirs.
And there's one that is shaped like a pew pew, and
And there's also a poison bottle.
there is a poison bottle,
What?
and there's an eyeball on it. And cause
Bunch of
cause
other glasses.
some ooh, and we could see the doors in the reflection. So we know for sure we're upstairs. Um, because at first some people saw that there'd be a bar area and they're like, "Oh my God, are they gonna let them drink this season?" Because when you win head of household, sometimes you get a couple things, but if you just let all the house guests get silly, it's gonna get real messy. But sometimes we want that. But it doesn't look like they're gonna get
Did
silly.
they, yeah, I was gonna say, do they want to deal with that?
They're not gonna get silly on food dye. But again, the same weirdo. Hi, I'm a weirdo that would touch the tiles to check for moss in the kitchen is probably the same person who's gonna open it and smell it, maybe lick it. Like, I wonder
Okay,
if
give a little
before
taste.
do a little taste. I wonder if production's like, "Hey guys, welcome to the show. You're gonna go here on the stage. You're gonna get in the house. Do not drink the liquid."
No,
And then one person's like, "I'm gonna drink the liquid."
I want to drink the liquid.
And that would be the same person that touches the moss and names the monkeys, and that would be us.
Yes.
But there's another angle too. Oh, there's a dog statue.
I didn't even see him.
I didn't see that guy
He's just
before.
chilling.
There's so many characters this season.
There's so many random
And
characters.
the house guests haven't even entered the house yet. But then there's a painting, or well,
Of
I
what
guess it's supposed to
production
be
wants the
painting.
outside of this is what production wants the outside of the Big Brother house to look like.
Yes. And it's like this
And in
pretty,
reality,
it's a warehouse.
it's a big warehouse.
There's what could be the outside of exactly what they think the hotel looks like, labeled Hotel Mystère, with people like chilling outside. And then it says established, I don't know, Roman numerals like that. Is that just 2025?
Oh, I didn't see.
Oh no, duh, no, it
VIIVMM.
because
V is,
VII is 7.
yeah,
There's too
M
many
is,
numbers going on there. I'm confused. Because at first I thought it's 25, but then that's obviously a 7. So then I thought it would say
yeah,
27.
uh,
Let me do a quick search.
1998. Oh, that's Big Brother air date. It's 2025. Season one started 27 years ago. So so
Well, no,
Hotel Mystère,
season 1 was in 2000.
was it?
Mm-hmm.
Then what's this? significance of 1998? I guess we'll find out.
Roman numerals converter.
It's 1998. I already looked it up.
That is so interesting. Well, then I don't know when um well, because then this website says it's 7/5/2000. Oh, because M must be 1000. When was the Big Brother season 1? On July 5th. So I think it's that. I think it's the date of season 1. I think
Oh,
that's it.
wait. So MM is 2000?
Yeah, because I think M is a
Yeah. Oh,
thousand.
because the dashes are for the day. It's day, month,
Yeah,
year.
because I'm like,
It's
what
day, month, year.
else are those those dates? Okay, so we got there.
Or month, day, year, because America.
There's America. There's also like
America.
bugs on the wall. Is that like bug wallpaper?
Um, I don't think.
No, am I looking at snakes?
I can't really tell. Is that snake? Yeah, it looks like might be snakes.
I want the same weirdo that does all those things. I want them to get a snake tattoo.
Snake.
I think that could be cool. Okay,
Yeah, it's just snake wallpaper. Straight snakes.
straight
And that's another
snakes.
couch.
I would
And then
love
we
this
got
couch. Huge couch.
that's a big couch.
And
Whoever this
then there's
is,
Lady of the Veto.
Lady of the Veto and
Um,
goat or goat, yeah, goat, I guess.
Goat
Goat
and
dude.
Goose and many
And
creatures.
another monkey. And
And
another
more
monkey.
monkey! And
Another
then
monkey.
we head into another
It's
room.
uh it's that room on the right side of the bathroom when you're walking down the hallway, but it's not the bathroom. That's
Yes,
definitely what this is.
that smaller room that
That
looks
little
like
room next to the bathroom.
it's gotta have a lot of prop wine, and it's giving it's
This
giving
is the
like ship.
easiest room
It's
to
giving
pick
ship.
out.
And
This place always looks like a cargo shipment containment area or like a cellar type thing. Like
mm-hmm.
for what purpose? I don't know, maybe because it's next to the bathroom.
Maybe just very small space. It's fine.
I
There's
like this. I like that room though.
I like
No
the
disrespect.
it's
Very big fan of that
kind
room.
of homey, except for the
Yeah.
giant camera and all of the mirrors. It's like, yeah, that could be in a house. There's some um like brick. I again,
Brick.
I would be touching it. It looks like it's textured. I don't know. It's just wallpaper. And then it has like a rug of like a house of a hotel. And it just feels like normal. There's a charcuterie board. Charcuterie
Ah!
board mention. Shout out Angela. Um,
She's
and
here in spirit.
here in spirit. Um, oh, there's more angle to it too. Ooh, the little table's like a hand. I like that because I feel like this room isn't giving like mystery as much, but I feel like the
Did I
hand
did
did what?
oh, never mind.
Oh
My
boy.
internet just had a little hiccup.
There's
It's
more
fine now, yeah.
charcuterie
We're all
board.
good.
Chris is so back, and the charcuterie board is so back. There's two of them.
Oh my, there's another
And
one.
the door, I'm assuming this door is open, it's clear,
Yeah.
which is cool because you could see who's chatting it up in there. I think that's
That's
fantastic.
yeah.
Um, and so we have you know what, let's go into this room. Let's go into this one. So where do you think this is? I think this may be on the I don't know.
This
It's
is that
either
one. This is probably that main bedroom, I would think.
because my first thought. So we move into this next room. Hold up.
You can't really tell. Like the house is so different the only room you can really pick out, like besides like the bathroom and the living room, obviously, or like the last one that we just looked at, the one next to the bathroom. But that one just looks the same every year because of the way that the walls are shaped and like the windows and stuff like that. But like the bedrooms this year have just been like they look super different.
You are still listening to the Diary Room, possibly your favorite Big Brother commentary show on
Hopefully your
WMSC
favorite.
or of the whole universe. We are diving into another bedroom as we have the house reveal for BB 27. And we're in that room where there is just kind of like boxes and bungee, and it just kind of looks like a supply room. But we're figuring out where this room is. Chris, where do you say that this is?
I honestly could not. Every single bedroom this season has just been so difficult to pinpoint. I genuinely, it could be any of them.
Because,
They seem to have been using the space very differently than past seasons because
mm-hmm,
every room kind of has its own like distinct floor plan, but they seem to be putting a lot more props and stuff and masking the floor plan a little
mm-hmm,
better, so you can't really exactly tell, which is a good thing
yeah,
because it's going to be exciting to see what is where and stuff like when the actual season starts and House Explores because like when they did that last year, like you know exactly where all these rooms are for the most part. But I mean, it seems to be a lot more different this year. It just adds another layer of excitement to see what the house looks like when they actually walk in
I
instead of through
think,
still images.
mm-hmm, I think this room screamed have not room to me. But I,
See, I I'm gonna jump ahead because I think that was the next one. I thought the next one was the have not room. No, the one go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. You skipped it, you skipped it, you skipped it. That one.
that's the same room.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's got the beds that are underneath beds. Is
Are
that
you?
not?
Am I?
I
I
think
don't.
it's the
Am
same
I?
room. This is this.
Wait a
Okay,
minute.
so we're looking at this room.
Oh, wait.
I
You're
think it's the
right.
same room. And the reason
What?
that
Oh
I
my,
know,
yeah, it is the same room.
the reason that I'm knowing this is the same room, because this
This
was
is
one of the most
trippy.
jarring things to me, was so basically it looks like these people are sleeping in like kind of on top of these wooden boxes. It looks like some
Yeah,
kind of like cargo ship that they're like sending things to this hotel, and all their stuff
this is the
like
have not room.
explodes. The reason why there's no way this is not the have not room is because there's these beds with these blue sheets that are underneath the other beds where it looks like you have to shove your legs underneath another bed to sleep in. You are going to break your knees in this bed. And if it were me, it would probably be my ankle because I am
I think,
short.
yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like most people would be like, it would be around like their ankle,
You
unless you're
have
like
to
really tall.
squish yourself underneath a little bit, at least a little, because I don't know where the bed ends. It actually may end a little shorter. But then if you're on the upper beds,
Who
and this is no
knows?
bunk bed, you probably have to climb on top of the other person, or you have to jump. It looks like you have to jump on top of these big wooden boxes to get
This
onto
room
this bed.
freaks me out because like from one angle, it looks like a completely different room.
Because then on the other side, there are these beds that just have like metal bed frames that look, I would assume, very uncomfortable. There's also these like bright, I'm assuming LED purple lights that would never go off. They, I hope they make some kind of like sound. Like I hope like they're neon
The
instead.
fluorescent buzzing.
And they like give me a little buzzing. And then there's just chairs that are dangling from the ceiling from like bungee cords, and it gives me like there's a treasure chest in here. It gives me like shipwreck, you know.
Yeah, this is the have not room.
It has, I think this
I
is the room next
didn't
to the
even.
HOH. There, because there's nothing that looked comfortable. There is a pillow cut in half. No, that's just the angle.
That's just the angle.
That's so funny. I was like, there's a half pillow. And then there is danger, high voltage, and there's like all these like exposed wire that I'm sure they're either they'll never touch or it's like a big part of the plot where like you
Perhaps.
gotta cut a cord. Like oh, what color do I cut? And if they cut the wrong one, then the room explodes or something. But I am assuming that we're looking at the room next to the HOH, and then as we go further down, it looks like there's just some more details of some of the other rooms. Um, PM,
EM.
is that to drink in the nighttime? Is someone gonna get poisoned? There's like a potion looking bottle made of wood. Um, there's some more angles of oh, that room downstairs, that smaller room we were talking about on the way to the bathroom. It looks like the whole wall when you enter is glass.
Oh, this is the opposite angle.
Yeah,
Yes, this is from the other way.
which is
Interesting.
interesting. That means you could
It looks
walk
cool
by
though.
at a quick glance and you could see exactly who's yapping. And wow. And then there's some more details of
Another critter.
another critter holding something and a lot of more books, some with like key. See, like this one's got keys on it, you know, or you can open the books with keys and there's hidden
Keys.
messages.
My favorite image. So
Okay,
mysterious.
okay. So people online,
This
I was
is
watching some
this is
videos and people were upset that there was no door to the diary room. There are
this
three
isn't the door to the
bookcases.
diary room.
Yes, it is.
This
What?
is the secret. This is the secret room that they'd go into when they have power-ups and stuff. This is that door.
But isn't that where
I'm
the diary
calling my
room
shot.
is? But there,
I
but
thought it
wait,
was upstairs.
isn't this where there's three bookcases in the living room?
Hold
We
on,
didn't
let's
even get
overanalyze the
here.
living
Wait.
room.
Actually, this is it. Okay. I was gonna say that we never really went through the living
Wait,
room. Look,
hold on.
there are
Wait a minute.
three bookcases, two of them white, one of them yellow. I looked at this and immediately thought one of these bookcases is the door to the diary room. And people online were saying, where's the diary room door? Because there's another normal door that has to be the pantry.
The
This,
lights on the bookcases are like it could be. I mean, actually, you might be right.
I think that's it.
But like, why?
Because they're so mystery.
Why is so mystery?
Because then I think this is it.
Because this is Hotel Mystery.
Because I think this is a mirror, and they usually have the mirror at the end of the hall to see the house guests when they walk away. And wait, I found all the proof I need, Chris.
Oh, it's literally right on the.
There is
I
a
thought this was
button.
like secret, super secret room, man.
It's even more, it's actually us.
It's literally us.
And so the diary room you could enter through a bookcase,
We
it
have a
seems.
secret rock area bookcase thing now.
And it's full of like vines and sticks and whatever, and I guess it's supposed to be like uncharted territory. I'm interested to see what the diary room looks like. Because it's usually just like a bright like blue background. I want them to like kind of play into the theme, do something funky in there. But now we see a clear picture of the living room, which is funny that it like kind of is so low down on the pictures, like kind of towards the end, where I mean, there is more like balcony space upstairs, but I don't think you could actually access it. It looks too small, but it's just full of like chess pieces and books, and that's upstairs. Again, we're seeing more upstairs than ever before. Downstairs, it's very red and gold and blue. And one of the things I am so excited to talk about that will I guess unpack in a little bit when we're done talking about the house. But there's one obvious thing that I noticed, and I hope it means what I think it means. But there's two long couches leading up to where the nominees sit, and there is a couch instead of two solo chairs. It is a couch.
It is a couch.
Perhaps one that could fit
Was it a couch last year?
more
Or
than
was it?
two people. Was it not a couch?
I don't think so.
I'm doing research. It was
Yep.
two,
It was two
It-
chairs.
but alas, it was switched to couch.
Wait, what?
It was switched to couch.
They switched it.
And
Did they do
BB
3 nominees?
26 had 3 nominees
Oh yeah,
because
because the
they
AI
had
thing.
the AI
Yeah.
arena.
Yes.
And I won't get ahead of
AI
myself.
arena.
That's all I'm gonna say about this couch. We're
That
gonna
is
get
true.
back to that couch.
Big
Looking
couch.
through,
Couch is huge.
there's that's funny. The doorknob is there in the bookcase to get to
They
the
just
diary
gotta-
room. Gotta press that little button there. And then there's some more details of there's like a phone. There's another
That's
another
functional.
guy.
That's a functional phone. Calling it.
That'd be
That's
really
gonna
sick.
work.
That'd be
They're gonna
really sick. They call
do some
Ainsley.
things. They're gonna call Ainsley back.
Now
And then we
this.
got another critter. Oh, you skipped over the.
Oh, I
the
sticked
peacock.
over the peacock with more lights,
Another critter.
more critters, and then we get to a room.
Yay.
We get to
We
the
have to
next
name all of
room.
them.
We should. We get to the next room, and you were
Jim.
surprised by this.
So I was under the assumption that there was no, well, okay, I know obviously there was a gym outside in previous years. Has there ever been an indoor gym? I don't think
So
so.
they started to do some indoor gym things in the last couple seasons. I
Really?
feel like I remember like Heisem
Was I?
in an indoor like gym for some
Oh, I
reason.
watched like 2 episodes of 25, man.
Oh, LOL. It's like
LOL.
randomly I feel like I saw him in there. I do not remember it being this big. And I don't understand where this could be now that it's
Oh,
this big.
yes, there was a gym last year.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but they barely showed it.
They
I
did.
remember now.
I feel
Yeah.
like for the most part they want to use the outdoor gym, but this is the option for if it's like too hot out or they take
Yeah.
too long to set up the new comps. The equipment is funny to me. We've got boxing. We could do that.
Boxing.
Well,
Keep
like
up with our
we got the
sandbag.
thingy. We got the
They have
thingy.
gloves on there too, yeah.
And I don't know. I
Massive
would
camera.
never hang out in here. Massive camera. Interesting looking fans above, just like fan. I don't know. This room seems like the most out of place room because it's
I
so
wouldn't
like
say exactly. I think they went very hard on the old-timey theme.
I think it's
But
probably
that's how it's
just
been like the whole thing.
I think it's just the equipment. It's just such modern equipment.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's like old-timey vibe, but like what else are you gonna do with that? And the
I do like the
floor,
sandbag though.
I like
really
that.
I enjoy the sandbag.
I feel like it's kind of funny. It's just kind of like in the corner. Like go to your corner and beat up the sandbag. And then the ceiling is just very like an office space. You know what I mean? The fans, they tried to do something with that, but it just
Yeah.
seems like I mean, I think they opened up a lot of extra rooms in the house because the space was always there. It just must have been space for production to do whatever. And over the years, they've kind of expanded because they've realized they could do that. Like, I'm not even convinced. Oh, I forget what season, but even last year where they did like the arena, like, remember they were upstairs? Like, they're
Yeah.
probably just in some like secret room that they obviously can't access all the time. It's just somewhere else in the warehouse. They just bring them there. Just nobody's allowed to talk to them. So, like, if they wanted to fully bring everyone in a van and drive them to like a secondary location, they totally could and no one would know. Um, I don't know where this room is, but they've got
It's
gym.
it's right by the storage room, no?
Is it? Because
But it's a
I,
lot, this one's a lot bigger
it
than
seems
the one
huge.
last year.
Because I used to think that on the way to the bathroom was that little like hangout space and then the gym. But there's no way that from the kitchen to the bathroom they could fit that little hangout space with the charcuterie board plus this.
Yeah. Maybe it's I mean, I don't know. There's also like I was under the assumption that it's like so there's that room. It's a pretty long room now that we've seen it from both angles. And
Yeah.
then they have like on the literally like right behind it is like the storage room, and then they have like the bedroom and the gym
Mm-hmm.
next to it. I mean, maybe, perhaps, perchance.
Perchance? I don't know. But oh, we got the other side.
Ben's boxing. Who's
Ben's
Ben?
who's Ben? Maybe
Who's
that's
Ben?
that's one of the critters. Is Ben.
Who's Ben?
We need to know more. Maybe that's New Ainsley. And then the door's
He's the
over there.
owner of the
So
hotel.
then this is interesting. So again, we're moving in order
I
of
thought
the articles, pictures, what?
I thought this was a sideways image first.
But what's
Where is this?
so I'm
This is
really
that
sure
camera that they always show.
we're looking at a new picture of a safe, right? What
Yeah.
I think we're looking at, I think this is the front door. And there was that Hotel Mystère like painting in by the front door, and I think you open it and there's a safe behind it. I think that's what we're looking at right here.
I'm so confused though because the next picture.
I think that's it.
Oh, wait. The painting,
I think
that's
the
the
painting
board. That's what the
opens.
board is. The board is the painting.
Yep.
I was like, what is this thing on the left side? It's the painting.
I think that's it. I think the painting, you open it,
This is
there's a
definitely the
safe.
front door.
This is the
This is
front door.
1000% the front door.
Also, just notice the tile on the ground by the front door. I think that's kind of
Very
cute.
beautiful tile.
Very, very hotel lobby. Love it.
Yeah.
There's more on all of the the wallpaper. There's just creatures. Is that a turkey? A peacock?
Crow.
A crow? Many, many
Oh,
a
oh, you're
creature.
talking about the wallpaper.
On top of the wallpaper. No, there
I was,
no,
I was
there's
looking at the other
also
thing.
totally another
Yeah, it's
creature
a
that
peacock.
is the face of Hotel Mystery. Mystery.
Mr.
Um
Ray.
So I want that guy to have a name too. There's so
Bro.
many creatures that need names. We get another angle of the same thing. There's more pictures of so there's another image that I'm assuming was taken on the staircase leading to the
That's the
HOH room.
stairs.
But
Yeah.
but there is a room there right by the stairs that I've never seen that door.
Has that always never been there?
I don't remember a door being so like if you're standing
Immediately
at the
up the
doorway of the
stairs.
HOH room with the HOH room behind you, it's to the right. I don't remember that
Yeah.
room, which means
Yeah.
maybe the gym's up
No.
there.
Maybe
I
that's
or
maybe
that's
that's
like a
the
secret.
special weird power-up room
Yeah.
that but it's also that's very close to like the, the X, like when you literally right when you walk up the stairs, like that's kind of crazy.
It's interesting.
Ain't no way. We'll figure that out, I guess.
There is
So much to
another safe.
explore.
There's another safe. I'm assuming this is in the living room. It's got another like combo lock on it. So they'll find the code
This
sometime.
every time there's a safe in this house. You remember that box? What season was that? The box that they couldn't open.
Pandora's box?
Was it?
Or was it
I
something
just
else?
remember a box.
I think that was it. And then
There
they
was just
opened the
a
box.
box that they couldn't open.
I mean, you put a box in front of me, I'm gonna want to
I want
open
to
it.
open it.
I'm gonna open it.
Exactly. I want to open the box, man. And we got a
A
globe
globe that
to get geography pilled.
probably means something, but I don't know yet.
Maybe it
Or
opens
nothing. That's the best
or
part of this
nothing.
all. It's like this is the most important
Exactly.
thing, or it means nothing.
And
And
you'd never know until we figure it out.
and then it looks like the last image we have to look at is, I'm assuming, some wallpaper with some more keys on it, some little doodles, and a lot of writing.
Medical symbol for some reason.
And so that's it.
That's a
we
lot.
That
That's a
was a
lot to
lot.
take in.
And so it's kind of funny that we're chilling here, like, oh yeah, the cast list isn't out yet, and yet we had so much house to go through.
Because it's so vast. Usually, I mean, like I said when we started this, this is not the same house that we had last year and year before that. This is the
Mm,
complete. They're doing more with the house, and I enjoy that
yeah,
very immensely. I very much enjoy the fact that the house is more important to the season because I don't know. I mean, even with Ainsley last year, like I wouldn't necessarily say that like they didn't have a safe. Who knows? Maybe that safe just doesn't even open. It
exactly.
it could be everything could be nothing, but it
Mm.
also can be something. And that's the thing that matters. I
I
think that it's important to know
Yeah, I like how interactive the house can be. Again, like you said, like we don't actually know how much it is, but I think it's just really cool to know like in that safe could be the key to winning the final HOH. Like we have no idea what's
No.
in store.
Oh my gosh.
Like there could be something where
Yeah.
these people are living in this house next to this like huge thing the entire season and they have no idea what it is, and then at the end it reveals like, oh, this has been here actually the entire time.
I don't like when they do that.
You don't?
Well, when it's a surprise, but like
Mm-hmm.
when you suspect or like when they tell you that something is happening in that place and they like wait,
Mm-hmm.
like the whole box thing. I
Yeah.
remember not enjoying the fact that that box took so long to open. I don't even remember what was in it or what season it was on. I just remember there was a box
The
and they
box.
took forever to open it. Now I want to see what season that was on.
The thing is, I would totally like ruin it and be like, I'm gonna play with the lock now. They'd be like, Emily, please stop doing that. Like the entire time, they'd be like, please, please leave our things alone. But I think that there are many hidden clues throughout the house. I'd be interested to know if any of those books open, if you can even open like the box at the book, like the guest book looking thing. Is there ink in those pens? And again, this is exactly what they do to us by not revealing the cast. And so I think that's actually really great on production to be like, we'll let them simmer with this house,
Yeah,
especially because it it's so much. Like I
it's
again like
fresh.
my mom's been watching since the beginning, and she immediately just looked at it saying, "This is my favorite house."
I think I would probably, I mean, it seems like they're going to have, there's no way that none of this means not everything means nothing.
Yeah.
there's got to be something there, and just by that fact alone, I mean, yeah, they've done random stuff in the house at start, but like they're taking it more seriously, it seems.
Hmm.
And I would be willing to consider this like one of my favorite housings just for that fact alone, because when was the last time they went that hard for the house?
Yeah.
Ever?
Because I remember seeing reveals of like, oh, this is what the theme is, this is what the living room looks like, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool because it is cool to see a space that you're just so used to, like looking different. Like, oh, what can they do with this? But in and again, like we started this show, the Diary Room, last summer. So obviously I paid a little bit more attention to like those kind of smaller details last year.
Yeah,
And for the last like 10 years or so, I'm really in it like for the moment, right? I cannot remember a house going this hard. And like all these details being in and being this excited about the house reveal than I have been right now. Again, we have this show, we have a space to talk about it, but it's just like I think I also just love the style of it, like just on an everyday basis. I like the kind of
it's very
vibe of it.
earthen.
I love
I'm very big fan of earthen stuff. Things that look alive,
it. I love it
eat it up.
too, despite not loving being outside or anything. I like the fake outside. No, but
Fake outside, so
I love the way it
good.
looks. I love like
Yeah.
the paintings upstairs, kind of like the old-timey vibe.
The
Um,
critters.
the critters are so fun. I
All the
want to know. We
critters.
gotta name the critters.
We if they don't get named by the house guests, any unnamed critter will be named by us.
And
That's
that'll be a lot of
the
fun.
plan.
Now I kind of hope that they don't name all of them, so we can name them anyway.
Yeah,
We'll give them middle
true.
names, but I hope that's a whole arc, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but one thing I do want to get back to. So we talked about the living room, and we talked about the couches, and so some people pointed out again, it's a little couch where the nominees go. It's not just a two-seater.
Yeah.
Do we
Three
think?
nominee.
Do we
Yes.
think?
Yes.
So last season
Yes.
with the AI
Yes.
arena
The answer is yes.
was
And it
such
was
a
the best
great.
part of the season.
They did such a fantastic job that I think this is an indicator that they'll bring back a version. Who knows what it'll be called? It'll be called the hmm,
Hotel Honky Tonk.
and that is the twist of the season. I
Hire
love
me. CBS,
Chris is right
I'm here to join your writing team. 20 I mean, you could have hired me this season. I probably would have been a lot better, but I mean, there's always next year.
You could
There's
bring me
all
along too.
Yeah, I mean, we're a package deal.
You could bring the
You
diary room to the diary
gotta
room.
bring
But so
Yeah, I would think that I would hope, pray that they take the positive feedback from this season. I'm sure that they've gathered a whole bunch of things that they did well, things that they did poorly. I mean,
mm,
there's the list of things that they did poorly are very, very slim, because I mean, I feel like my only issues with last season were house guest problems, but like they have no control over that.
yeah.
But everything from in terms of like gameplay, like the first, I don't even know how many weeks it was that they were doing AI Arena, but just that whole gameplay loop
Hmm.
where they would nominate three people, they would have somebody come off, and they would
Yeah.
do the nomination. It was more fresh than just having the original nominations veto eviction. It
Hmm.
made it added a layer of depth that the game
Yeah.
needed, and I really, really hope that they keep that in some way,
Hmm.
with whether it be a different kind of twist, like maybe that special person can just do whatever they want.
I
I
mean,
want to put you up, so
that's
I'm
the
gonna do it.
thing. That's the thing too, is like we don't know for certain. Maybe there is just some kind of mystery other entity that puts someone up. What I think, though, the AI arena, whatever you may want to call it for this season, I think the only problem where it could go wrong is that people may want to play things as safe as they can just because you don't know who's coming off, but you could only be so safe because you're
That's
easily going to make enemies. I think it still depends on the cast.
I also think that I don't know. I mean, maybe I just want to watch the world burn because that the fact that the reason why the AI arena was so good was not only because of the fact that they had no con they like were able to extend the gameplay loop on a week-to-week basis. It was because of the fact that the house guest had zero clue what they were gonna do.
Hmm.
It makes their decisions more complex. It makes
Hmm.
the game more depth. It adds depth to the gameplay that it I'm gonna go out and say that it very much severely lacks, especially when there's a big alliance. It prevented a massive alliance from just forming and taking everybody out person by person. And granted, yes, that was also partially the cast because there was a lot of people who were against big alliances, but it incentivized it as well,
Hmm.
playing very gung ho like that. And it allowed a character like Tucker to go so far by himself.
Yeah.
It it just makes the game. I love season 26, man. There's just so many good things to say about it, man. And
I
I
yeah.
we need something fresh. There needs to be something that keeps the game not stale
Hmm.
and incentivizes small alliances and or solo play
Hmm.
because that's when the game is best.
I'm hoping if they do bring back something like that, it doesn't sour the twist. I feel
Yeah,
like it depends on the house guest.
how
It,
they do it as well.
like
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah.
crossing my fingers, like week one, like we don't want unanimous votes. I want things to not be unanimous. I want things crazy. And I just want a house that doesn't play things super safe. Like last season, I feel like there were ups and downs, whatever, but like it is the first season in a while where it wasn't just like, okay, the entire house just does this. And a lot of it, I think, is obviously thanks to the characters that we had last season, but I also think it's the twist, and I just hope that it just works kind of in the same way, and it'll be really interesting to see how a similar twist would work with another set of people.
You're
I'm
right.
hoping that's
I
the
didn't even
case.
think about that
Yeah.
because if anything, I mean, like it is a balance. Who
Mhm.
knows? They could replicate. Who knows what would happen if they do the exact same thing like that they did last year, but with a different group of people. Like you would never
Yeah.
know what was the one making it a good experience, a good gameplay experience, because it could have, for all intents and purposes, yeah, it could have been the house guests,
Yeah.
but I
So
guess we'll find out.
if it flops, then it'll prove even more so how 26 is one of the best seasons and one of the best cast of
Yes,
characters ever.
very
Or
true.
we could still appreciate 26 and hope that some of the goodness seeps into 27.
But even if that goodness seeps into 27, you can't say that 26 was like let's just say that 27 blows 26 out of the water.
Hmm.
I'm not going to discredit 26
Oh
because that
no.
was the one that got it started.
Yeah.
It was the beginning. They cracked the code. Say that, yeah, say it is like a formula of specific twist that you should implement. They still figured it out in
Yeah,
season 26, and I kudos. They
exactly.
and if they didn't figure it out, then it just makes 26 even more special.
I think they just have really big shoes to fill. And if if just the house reveal alone is an indication of how Big Brother production learned how to step up their game, I think that they're on track for it. And I really don't want to look like a fool by saying that because there was so
Well,
long
but I
of
don't
just
think
like
you will.
blah. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
think that's a crazy statement to make.
I think like, when the only concern is like you put out an album, do you put out the best song as the single? Or do you save the best song for the album? Did they just put the best thing? Like, actually, the season's really bad, but it looks pretty. I don't think so, though. I think they learned so much from last season. They have learned of mistakes in past seasons, of twists that kind of flopped. I I could be wrong, but I feel like the AI arena wasn't even supposed to last as long as it did last season, and I think they kind of like kept it going
Yeah.
because the fans just loved it. Um, I Side note, no more Ainsley. This is not an AI theme, but bring back my homie Janky. I hope Janky appears somewhere in this house. Like Janky's like long
I
lost,
fear
like
Janky might be long lost for a little while.
please bring him back in some capacity. I love that little
Maybe
guy. You know I love the little guys, and now they've got all these creatures. Ugh, it's fantastic. So they learn from little guys.
they do. They are very much on the little guy train. It's just hard to imagine Janky existing in such like an old-timey house like
I
this.
want them to figure it out. I will
Unless they
figure it
like
out.
give him a monocle or something.
I love that.
Imagine if they dress like Zingbot up as like an old Victorian man and then like give Janky like a monocle,
Please, I need it. I
please.
need it.
I want to see it. I
Production,
want
if
to
you're
see it.
listening. But before we get into the facts and the what we know, do we want to revisit that little byline where they revealed that this season, mystery house guest, masked visitor, and secret accomplice?
And his accomplice. I would assume that the mystery house guest is a returning player
Mm-hmm.
because why would they not do a, I don't really know how to like it, I'm not even gonna speak it into existence.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you know what I'm thinking of.
I don't. I feel like I'm thinking of a
Are we
number
on
of
the same
things.
wavelength?
I don't know. I don't know what this one.
A returning house
Uh
guest
huh.
that I don't even want to speak their name. All right, I'm gonna speak their name.
Like one that's returned
I was
before.
thinking I was thinking of Nicole Franzel.
Oh, okay. Okay, we were on the same wavelength, I fear. I fear we were on the same wavelength. I I think mystery house guest does.
Mystery house guest, and it's just
Uh,
Nicole again.
I liked
I
Nicole the
think I would
first
just
time she
turn
was
my T.
on.
Yeah, well, then they brought her back 3 more times.
We're done. We're
We're
done.
done.
If mystery
I think
house
I'm
guest
done.
implies a previous house guest, let's have one that hasn't been on several times and hasn't won.
Or
How
Paul.
Ah! I love Paul!
Wow!
I love Paul! I love
I
Paul!
wouldn't
I
mind
miss him
seeing Paul
so
a third
bad.
time. I wouldn't mind seeing Paul a
Okay,
third
so
time.
I will revise my statement.
Um,
Please bring back someone that hasn't been brought
that's
back,
ex
or bring back
or Paul.
Paul. Please.
Or
Oh,
Paul. I don't know. Maybe would he fit the vibe this season?
I don't care.
Maybe.
I don't care
I
what
really, me
vibe.
neither.
I need
I
them
don't really
back.
care. I just want to see Paul again.
Oh, I love Paul. But mystery house guest also doesn't imply that this is a previous house guest because this could be another Suri situation where it's like somebody
Someone else
from
from a different show,
from
maybe.
another
Yeah.
show, maybe some kind of twist. Also, my hair is being
Twin
eaten by the
Twist
diary
Part
room.
2.
Oh, I don't even like the twin twist. I watched
Yeah,
it.
no, I didn't.
What was that? Season
20.
17?
I thought it was in the early 20s.
There was an early one too. Like one of like the
Yeah.
first like 10
Oh,
seasons.
yeah.
And then there
You're
was
so right. I'm
the
thinking
later
of Liz
one.
and
See,
what's her face? Liz and what was whatever her sister's name was.
was it
I'm pretty sure Liz was the second one too.
Liz? That was season 17. Was the latest twin twist. I didn't care for it. Maybe it's because I didn't really root for the twins.
Yeah, I mean they were
But
fine, I guess. I wasn't
eh.
I didn't love them. I also just didn't hate them, so I guess I wasn't really trying to speak it into existence or anything, but I think that would just be kind of funny.
um,
That's what the masked person and their secret accomplice is just two of the same
it's just the
people.
same. Um, so I also I love Suri. I loved how that season panned out. I don't like her son. But I'm also hoping if it's some kind of twist that it's someone I know. I didn't know Suri because I don't watch Survivor, but it is one of those things that's gets Survivor people to watch Big Brother. If it's like that kind of equivalent. Like they announced isn't oh, is it Amazing Race that's going to be entirely Big Brother duos?
I think so.
Where like
I'm pretty sure.
I haven't watched Amazing Race in a long time. Yes, that's going to get me to watch again, most likely. If they could pull another audience in, that's great. I do kind of hope it's someone that I recognize. Um, but it's not all about me, except for when I want Paul back.
True.
Now you brought Paul
Yeah,
back into my brain.
it's either Paul.
Please,
I mean,
please.
if I had to rank what I would prefer, Paul, a random person, somebody I don't really care about from Big Brother.
Yeah,
Like, and a random person is somebody else from like a different show because I don't watch any other CBS shows, so I have no
yeah.
idea. However, I would probably prefer that to like, I don't know, Derek. Just a
Mm-hmm.
random person that I pulled out of my brain. Yeah, I like Derek. I
Which
wouldn't
Derek?
mind seeing him.
Like
Derek. Oh my God. I was
BB16
thinking
Derek?
there's yes,
Yeah.
BB16 Derek. I
Yeah.
forgot that there was
There's a lot of
two other
Derek's.
Dereks.
A lot of Derek's.
Derek, he's my Derek. BB16 Derek is my Derek.
I had a feeling.
Unless you guys want to bring back Vanessa and maybe we can make some arrangements or something.
We're
Like,
just
I'm
going
not sure,
to
guys.
recast the whole thing.
Maybe we can just like maybe I was thinking about Paul, but and then she just appeared in my brain
You do love
because
Vanessa.
she's always there. She's always there somewhere.
And you bring up the twin twists. You just want to bring back season 17 into
Season
27.
17, man. Take
10
me
years
back to
later.
BB17. Take me back, man. Uh
You never know. Because I think there's also Masked Visitor, which I'm hoping is just like some like previous
it's gonna
house
be
guest that does some kind of it'll probably be like a comp or something, like how they brought back like Jesse forever, like for everything.
why did they do that?
I don't know, they love Jesse. That was like a bit before my time, I'll admit, so I was just like, okay, yeah, there's just this dude. Now this is one thing that I saw online that people are speculating that I think could be really cool because it's not like confirmed this is a murder mystery. There's just some kind of mystery. But to me, my brain just goes murder. And
Maybe the
so,
mystery house guest is Derek because he's a detective.
perchance.
Mm.
And then maybe he's just like a character in it, and he's not just like he's not
Yeah.
participating. Who knows? Some people have brought up, and I like this idea a lot, that they would bring back Dan, and they would kill Dan, and they would do Dan's funeral, and they would have to solve his murder.
I would like to see him.
I would
That
love it.
would be a very interesting concept.
That would be so cool. I could see them bringing in 17th house guest. Oh my god, it's Dan. What do we do? Do we align with him? Do I go to the other side of the house? Am I trying to get him out? Joke's on you, because day one, they kill him. And you're like, oh no, and now you gotta solve his murder. I think that would be nuts. I think it would be great. I would love to see him return, especially because, again, he was like so big on the show before I really understood the concept of the world, let alone Big Brother, to bring him back, but not playing like we
Yeah.
don't need coaches. We don't need I don't want it to be like a huge alumni season
Too
unless
bad.
it
We're
was just all
literally
stars.
getting, what is
Paul,
that?
Vanessa. Too bad what?
Too bad we're getting, what's it called? That extra episode.
Mm. Yes, so this
It's not really,
season
not like an extra episode, but they're doing the what is it? Spotlight. No.
I don't remember. So I'm looking up Big Brother 27 Fridays. And I'm not getting a straight answer, but we have a section in our script called What We Know, and there's not a lot. But this season, so I mentioned too, I don't really watch a lot of TV, right? There's always the TV on, but I'm not as
Me
like
too.
locked in.
Exactly.
And it's hard to convince my friends, who I hope are listening, where I'm like, oh my god, you should watch Big Brother. You could talk on the Diary Room. We could talk things. They're like, oh, when is it on? I'm like, oh, it's just on Wednesday and Thursday and Sunday. And they have
And
like
maybe
lives and jobs or whatever. And I'm like, oh,
you don't need to have a life and a job when you have Big Brother.
exactly. Especially when apparently they're throwing Friday night episodes at us, where last season they had kind of the alum come back. It was Cody and Jag and Taylor, and they discussed the gameplay. It sounded overly scripted. I did not enjoy it. I do love Taylor.
Wait, that was last season?
Was it not?
I thought
Yes,
that was
because two
I
seasons
thought they were
ago,
doing that this season.
well, it was a special.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
just
I
a
remember.
one-time
Yeah,
special.
I didn't watch that episode.
Oh, I think I watched it
Yeah.
kind of in the background. It's cool to see how the past players think, like what they think of the game. I mean, we started this podcast because I started listening to podcasters that have, like, Quinn has been in, like Rob has a podcast, and Corey and Brittany, and I love seeing their feedback into the game and like, oh, this person is doing this, this is great, and I know this because I was in the game. You know, that one episode last season, it sounded so scripted that I didn't care for it. If they fix that, this could be such a sick addition to the show, and it will feed the fiends like myself, where I feel like between Thursday and Sunday, I'm like, I have nothing. There is nothing going on in my
There's
life.
nothing.
And I could be like the
Um,
busiest person, and I'm just like, Big Brother's not on. It's a useless day.
did
Um,
just find more details.
yes.
It's called Big Brother Unlocked,
Ooh.
and it
Like
will
the
be
keys!
airing like a key.
They got the keys!
Like all the keys, it will only air every other Friday.
Mm,
So twice a month
okay.
instead of instead or twice, yeah, twice a month. Um, and it will be starting on July 25th.
So I will just be rocking back and forth in my chair up until then.
So we still got another like two
Ugh,
weeks after the season starts.
bro.
But I mean, I guess that makes sense because they need to have time to because it's gonna be doing interviews with past house guests.
They need stuff to talk about.
Um, yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna have to gather stuff from this season and
Yeah.
conduct all the stuff that they're doing. Because I would assume this is probably like gonna be recorded around about before they do episode. Like I doubt it's gonna be running alongside unless like towards the end of the season when they want to like comment on some stuff towards like end of the season on ongoings like normal. But I
Hmm.
mean, in the beginning, there's not gonna be that much to talk.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to give it a couple weeks to cook.
They I'll be looking out for their own drafts online and whatever, but I'm assuming they have different people to like they'd bring back different past people
It says
every couple
past
weeks.
house guests,
Yeah.
plural.
I
So
hope
I would
it's that.
assume, I would hope,
Mm-hmm.
that episode one isn't Nicole Franzel.
Ah,
You know,
ah.
she's definitely gonna get one.
I got her in an ad the
She's
other day
definitely
on
gonna get one.
Instagram. She was in an ad and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's coconuts." She's just, she's just like an overplayed song. I don't want to listen to that song anymore. That's no offense to the song, just I'm skipping it. I'm going to the
No
next one. I'm
offense to the
listening
song.
to Vanessa and Paul, and that's what's
I'm
up.
listening to it.
That's
Yeah,
that's friendship.
we don't get much
Now, the other
friendship.
details that we have, obviously, we got the premiere date. We know that July 10th is the beginning of Big Brother 27. What did we establish? That's a what day of the week? Thursday
Wednesday,
begins.
Thursday,
Thursday.
Thursday, Thursday.
I think so. I hope so. Last season I think started on like a Sunday or something. But Big Brother
Wait, yes, it is Thursday because it's the third and
Thursday.
it's a week from now. So
Heck
that
yeah.
means the cast reveal will be on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yes. Yeah. So
That was what we were.
cast reveal, we are hoping for Tuesday ish. The premiere of Big Brother 27 is on Thursday, July 10th. We do know that it is going to be a 90-minute episode, so we get an hour and a half. Begins at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I believe it's just pre-taped as it's been. Some people are upset about that. I just don't know any different kind of at this point. I'm just like, okay, yeah. But what is disappointing is that CBS confirmed live feeds are not going to begin until Sunday, July 13th, which is giving
I don't
us
even watch the live.
I truthfully we have live feeds in my house.
You do.
I
We
love
don't.
I love like background noise. Like I have
Yeah.
like like gaming videos in the background of like my day-to-day life. And I'm like, "Oh, I'll put the
Yeah.
house guest there." Truthfully, I go to social media for a lot of updates and I love just kind of scrolling through seeing what's going on cuz last season too, I was watching Taron Armstrong, RHAP. He was yapping, doing an update. And he's like, wait, Angela's doing a thing. And then he was like
When
reacting
is
to,
Angela not doing a
she was
thing?
always doing a thing. And I'm just like kind of watching it, like through him watching it. And I'm like, oh, this is going to
Mhm.
be a good season. And so, unfortunately, like, let's say there's an Angela incident in the first couple of days. That's going to be a bummer. Because they pre-tape it and the episode is on the 10th, that means that they probably enter the house on the 8th. Um, and so we're going to get more than 3 days of no feeds, which is a bit of a bummer if there's any kind of interesting thing that happens. You can
Yeah.
only hope that they show it on the show because we all know that the edit sometimes doesn't fully reflect what happens, unfortunately. But I don't know. I feel like we could be safe. Who knows? I
I'm
wish,
gonna go out on a limb and
yeah.
say that it's probably, especially with they have a longer episode time to work with to begin with. And honestly, I mean, me personally, I'm not too stressed about that because, I mean, I was trying to keep track of like stuff that was happening in the live feed, but I also think that I had a better viewing experience going into all of the competitions and stuff blind.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, usually most season, like the season prior, I mean, I was spoiling myself and barely watching, and with the quality of the season, it just kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe that was a very null factor, and the fact that I was just watching made it more engaging because we were also doing Diary Room at the same time,
Hmm.
season one. So I don't know. Could have been a factor of all of them, but I wouldn't stress too hard about it. I'm sure that they're gonna. I'm putting my faith in production.
That is the beauty of the Diary Room WMSC, where you have one host that's just chilling and the other one that has no chill. That's me.
But
And
that's our yin and yang.
that's
That's
it.
why that's why we I don't know.
And
We're
welcome
just
to the Diary
the
Room.
diary room.
But it'll be interesting to see. I think last season the edit was pretty decent. A couple seasons ago, I mean, like a house guest that I really couldn't stand won America's favorite player. And I think a lot of it has to do with the edit. So crossing my fingers that it's a true to reality edit this season. But we will find out as we go, and we'll have both of our opinions on that. The only other info I have too is apparently Sunday, July 13th is also an hour and a half long episode. Fun fact. So we're gonna get bonus stuff on
Three
that date.
hour Big Brother over
And
the span of 2 days.
back to the live
Extra episode,
feeds.
basically.
The live feeds will actually begin that night at 9:30. So just as the episode ends, the live feeds begin on Paramount Plus and Pluto TV. And my monitors are going to be like burned,
Yeah.
like with the different views of the house. And I'm excited too. Like, there's a couple spaces that we discussed, like just the house layout, where where is the gym? Where how do all these rooms connect? Where are they? I want to see someone enter the diary room, not just because that's the name of our show, but because, like, how do you open the bookcase? Do you have to just pull that handle? And if
It
that's
looks
the
like
case,
just the door, I would
it
think.
ruins the illusion. So pull a book. Come on. And are they gonna pull a book and break it? I would like to know all these things, and I'm super excited. But Chris, I think I think that about wraps up our first episode.
Oh my God. What's another season of Big Brother?
I'm so excited.
We are the diary room.
The diary room, the diary room, the diary room.
The diary room, the diary room, the diary room. You are lovely. All of you, not just you, Mole.
Oh, thank you.
Everyone. Big Brother fans, uh, literally anyone. I have love for everyone right now.
We have so much friendship in the diary room.
So much friendship. I miss Paul, man.
I miss Paul.
Put him on, man. Just give him another season. He's gonna do it this time. He's gonna win this time, man. I just know it.
And if we somehow found a way to only be given a house reveal and no cast, and we still talk about this for 2 hours, you know that you are looking ahead to a fantastic season of the Diary Room WMSC with myself and Chris. And we're going to be looking out for that cast reveal. We will be doing our BB27 draft as soon as
ASAP.
possible, and it'll be
ASAP.
fun. And I will not make a mistake. I will get my Quinn this year. And that'll be so. And we're looking
I
forward
was
to the premiere on July 10th, 8 p.m., CBS. And you could see our other stuff on our socials at thediaryroom.wmsc. And we're on YouTube, and we're on Spotify, and we're most importantly on WMSC, and hopefully in your hearts.
I
we
love
love
you all.
we love you all. Tune in again, same time next week, and we're gonna go pace the halls of Hotel Mystère.
Yes.
Bye,
I'm gonna scurry
guys.
around there.
We're scurrying with the little critters. See you all next time. Peace.